One of the main assets families have is their home. When this comes up for negotiation in the settlements process, it is often the thing that causes the most stress. So thinking in advance about how you are going to deal with who owns the home going forward and how does the other spouse get access to living arrangements fairly is a really important early decision you need to make. You should start estimating what your approximate settlement value would be if it were to, for example, halve the value of your family home. If this was your settlement amount, is this enough to buy another home for you and your family? If not, what other living arrangements could you make from your settlement? Sometimes buying another home straight after a divorce is not the best option for everyone, as you may be deciding on your lifestyle, where you want to live and with whom. So investing your settlement in another asset class, such as the share market and renting for a while, could be a valid decision for you to make. Let's chat now with Bridgette Arnold from accredited financial advisors Cambridge Partners about this a bit more. Thanks for joining us, Bridgette.
It's great to be here.
So Bridgette, should people rush in to buy a home, or are there other sensible options that they should consider?
It's like you mentioned, there's a lot of emotions and a lot of change going on, so it's really important to allow things to settle, to find your feet. Do you want to remain in the same area, or do you really want to make a big break, a big change for everyone? What is important to realise is that buying a house is a liquid asset, which means that your money, your funds are essentially locked up into that house. So you can't access those funds for other reasons that you may need to. And given the changes that are going on, you may be unaware of what your new financial situation is and what is the capacity of that financial situation. So one strategy might be allowing yourself to settle, to have a breather, to rent for a while whilst you find your feet, but you could also look at, depending on the funds that you have available to you, is establishing an investment portfolio. This investment portfolio could have a dual purpose in that it can allow you to grow those funds that you have, but it can also support your purchase of a home, of being able to provide you with an income, but also to meet those lending requirements, for example, to pay off your mortgage. So in a way, it's got a double strategy there that can allow you to not only find that home that you want, but it is securing your financial future as well.
So what about people diversifying their investment assets?
Diversification is that key word, and a really important word when you are considering your assets and your investments. You need to spread the risk. You don't want to keep all of your eggs in one basket, all of your income, your funds, your source of wealth tied up in one area, which can sometimes be if you go out and buy that family home, for example. So people have a tendency to have a New Zealand bias, to have all their wealth tied up in New Zealand, whether that might be in their business, in their home, and even sometimes within their investments. New Zealand is just a tiny blip on the world stage, on the world market, so it does make sense to try and identify opportunities for you to access those other markets, those options for you that can allow you to support your financial growth and security of your financial future and income means.
So Bridgette, what would you suggest to people who have got their settlement funds and they're unsure of what to do with the money?
It can be overwhelming and quite bewildering. It's often a new area in which they haven't had to think about or have any experience in. So it's really important to get support, to talk to people that they may know personally who have gone through a similar experience situation, who may be able to point them in the right direction. Someone professionally who would be great to have a conversation with and to sit down and share your situation and position as a financial advisor. Together you can discuss what it is you want to achieve, what are your goals and objectives, what does your new future look like, and they can prepare a financial plan with an investment strategy which includes recommendations of what your options are to help you meet those goals that you have outlined, and house that within one place to provide that clarity and confidence for you as you move forward.
Thanks, Bridgette, for that advice.
It's been great to be here, thank you.
Make sure you've considered all these aspects early on, as without a home you will feel increased anxiety. This is one of the cornerstone decisions to make and plan for, so start thinking now about the options that will best suit you and your dependents.